Hi, and welcome to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing. We do websites.
I felt that same way before. Like, what is this called again?
What do we do this every Friday? And somebody, come on, refresh my memory. My name is Chris Burris, owner of eWebStyle.
What's up, y'all? This is Paul Hansen.
Sales manager of eWebStyle.
Something like
See,
that.
It's all working out. We want to thank you guys for checking in, listening. We actually got some viewers right now. We really appreciate that. If you guys want to watch us instead of just listen to us, you can find us at 9:15 Central Standard Time, or in like today it's 9:30 Central Standard Time on Friday mornings. All you need to do is go to e-webstyle.com/Ustream. That's the letter U and stream. That'll actually take you to our page where we have our embedded live Ustream feed. So hopefully everybody out there is watching directly from our website or from the Ustream page. We don't.
Hey, Chuck, can you go to our Facebook page and see if we're streaming from that? Because I put a link to it on our Facebook page.
On the home. Yeah. That's cool.
I forgot about that.
That'll stream directly from Facebook.
And if you go to our homepage, you can find out how to find us on Facebook, Twitter, I think YouTube and Ustream. And we on our Facebook page we did something new.
Two things new.
Yeah. You can actually write a review about us directly on our Facebook page.
And by the way, as administrators, we cannot write reviews, which I kind of like that.
That's
app.
actually cool.
It's pretty cool.
So any review we get that's good is actually legit.
And from you guys.
Yeah.
And we've already got one review. Dean Calhoun, thank you for the review, and shame on you for not giving us 5 stars.
Yeah.
Come on.
I thought he did.
No, he gave us 4.
Oh.
And he complains that the audio. We're still trying to get feedback. Where I recently added polls to our blog. Don't go try it. Don't go check it out because apparently when you enter your vote, it just disappears. I don't know. The plug-in is not working exactly right. We want to use that to get some more feedback because we kind of get on and off complaints about the audio, and we're trying to get that straight. We're already researching lapel mics and boom mics. I don't know. We can be like Justin Bieber and Janet Jackson together.
Did you say Beaver?
Isn't that his name?
Bieber.
Oh, there's a Bieber. Yeah. Yeah,
I like Justin Bieber better. Just like that.
There's so many uncool jokes we could do on that.
What else? We also added a discussion tab to our Facebook page, so you could. And then I think we had a discussion tab, and then Chris put a section for podcast ideas. So if there's something you want us to talk about, go ahead and write it in there. We already got a bunch of stuff from Darren Bowie, Dean Calhoun. I think James Slattery put something on our wall. So what's up to James Slattery? And I'm waiting on that book, Fool. So hurry up and make your book come out.
Yeah, we need that book.
Yeah, he's writing a book on SEO, and I'd love to read it. So new stuff going on the Facebook page.
So go check out the Facebook page. If you have any doubts, you can get there by going to facebook.com/ewebstyle. No dash in that.
And let me give a quick shout out, a Facebook shout out, because I said last week, I tried to say it as much every week. If you friend us on Facebook, say something, give us a URL so we can give you a shout out. And Eugene something off from screensurgeons.com, laptop screen replacement is all we do. Says I listened to the podcast, gave us a shout out, so I said, hey, we'll give you back. And they're on sale this week. Shout outs are $5, but
he's got some good. Look at that. He's got a really good USP, a unique selling proposition right there on his homepage. It's clear what he does. I mean, that's good
very
stuff.
Very cool. Now, Eugene, because Corey Malcheski,
hey, good job.
Gave me a back game. Just read me out for.
Hey, that review was all good. What are you talking about?
It was. What's up? DHL's here, y'all. I'll get it. So I can't pronounce his name. So Eugene, I can just say that. Just say, hey, what's up, Eugene? And shout out to T at tspurplemartinishop.com.
All right. So Corey Malcheski, thanks for writing the review. It was great. Thank you for the compliments on my geography and pronunciation. I'm as surprised as you that I actually pronounced that correctly, your last name. Let's see. This is interesting. So we got news. Oh, we got to remember the tip of the day and actually the tip of the last podcast. LAD podcast was number 84. We also, I forgot to mention, we are the top position snatchers And one of our mantras is don't be a douche. The tip of last podcast is optimize everything, including videos. So if you have some videos out there that are not showing up on the first page of whatever it is you want them to show up on the first page for, go ahead and listen to podcast number 84 because we have some nice tricks and tips on that podcast for that. Remember, optimize everything. That's our tip from last podcast.
Optimize everything,
including videos. And we are top position. Your friendly neighborhood top position snatchers. A little bit of Google news. Like there's so much news going on. I know we got some blank stare news coming up a little later that is just going to make you, I don't know, stare blankly or something. Google is looking to buy Groupon. Now I don't know if Groupon is in every city. I don't know if it's international. Groupon is it's amazing concept and such a money raking in concept.
I do not think they are international.
No.
And the only reason I say that is I have a friend in Australia, and I introduced her. She had never heard of it, but there are other things just like it by other names in other countries.
There's one here called like Social something.
Social Living.
Social
Daily,
Living.
My Daily Deals.
Living Social.
Living Social.
Yeah.
I subscribe to about 4 of them suckers, so it's awesome. They're like Red Bull. They created the online coupon market.
And I actually have recommended to a couple of potential clients, hey, what you really need to do in your kind of niche business is create like a Groupon equivalent for your niche business, because I think there's a lot of value there.
And I'd say, to me, that's internet marketing, because that is marketing using the internet. It's just a different form of internet marketing that we've discussed.
It's a great way to be social too, because you really accumulate a huge email list, and then you're
I buy them suckers all the time. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I bought one 2 weeks ago, and I'm getting a massage this weekend.
You may have noticed that my teeth are whiter, actually. See? They're a little wider.
I could use some of
because of Groupon. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks, Groupon.
That is what's up.
That is. It currently is.
That was back to the podcast when I mentioned the dental spa. So I went there and they gave me a dental spa treatment, a tooth massage, and gave me some teeth whitener. That's awesome. Really cool. So some of the comments, some of the suggestions that we've had, and actually we've been threatening to do this, was what was it? Get back to
basics.
Basics, yes.
Back to basics.
Get back to basics, because, and actually we had a couple of really good ideas where somebody suggested we start from the beginning when we first get a website and go all the way through it, and I think that's a really good idea. We should probably do almost a 3-podcast series. We'll take somebody who sent us a free analysis request. We'll actually go through the analysis. People can look at the website and we can say, hey, here's what we would do to the analysis. We also had somebody who suggested that we look at logo. How do you make a logo? And I forget who it is. It's on our Facebook page in our suggestions area, and it's one of our female listeners. So thanks,
both of you.
Thanks to both of you. What is this like? Our Facebook like count was at 60, now it's at 59. So someone no longer likes us or something.
That's whack. We were at 58 last week, so we got 2 new listeners. So whoever you are, give it. I know one of them was Screen Surgeons. Whoever the other person is that flaked on us, give us send us your URL and like us again.
And the comment about our logo, which you can see over off to your left there, is that, hey, it's cool that you have the Internet Explorer E in your logo. Does Internet Explorer really care that you do that? And so I glanced over at it and I said, wow. It really does have the Internet E in our logo, and I think there's a lot of rules that go with logos. It's people aren't going to confuse us with IE, so I don't think that IE would have any problem with what we're doing. Mm-hmm. By the way, I mean Microsoft, since they're the owners of IE. And I think it's a good idea. We can talk about maybe some logos in the future. It's not specifically SEO, and it does have an impact. It's about the aesthetics
and awareness and development.
Yeah, exactly. So here we are, getting back to basics. When we first look at our website, we're gonna use a couple of tools. Actually, we're gonna use Aardvark and look at, do they have header tags? Do they have what's in their title tag? We're going to use SEO Quake to see what is the content. It's going to tell us what are our inbound links, what are outbound links, keyword density, all of those things. And then that's kind of, we'll formulate a plan and then we'll go after it. And our on-site stuff. Mm-hmm. Where do we start?
I'd say just to go over those 2 tools. We've talked about a bunch of tools in the 85 podcasts that we have had. Aardvark, AARDVARK, is a great tool. Is at aardvark.com. Chuck, is at aardvark.com?
Yeah.
It's a great tool that you can use to help with your on-page stuff. And the other one is was it Quake?
Quake. SEO
Quake. Excellent tool that you can use to do your on-page stuff. So,
by the way, we think there may be an issue with SEO Quake in that it does so many hits to Google that it can flag your computer as being like a bot or something.
Yes.
So we tend to turn it off until we need it, and then we turn it back on because there's one particular individual here who has some challenges with it from time to time. I won't say who it is, Charles.
But it's not me or him. So, okay, back to basics. I use those tools. They're phenomenal tools. I'd say the first thing that if I get an analysis or we get a brand new SEO website, I'm going to look at a few different things. And we've beat this dead horse so many times. First, I'm going to look at your meta tags. I can't.
Wait. I keep hearing meta tags are useless. What do you look at meta tags?
I still look at meta tags. There are some useless meta tags. I'm going to say that the keyword meta tag is pretty much useless at this point.
I would agree with that.
But I'm still going to look at a title tag, and I still will look at a description tag because Google looks at the description tag to display in the search engine results page. If you don't have one, it'll pull random data content off your website and put it there. And you want to be able to control that. It's a great place to put keywords. Title tag also. The only reason I look at it is because it's a place to put keywords.
Google gives a lot of importance to the title tag.
Do people read it? Maybe. Who cares?
All we really care about is what Google cares about.
Thank you. I don't think it's going to make or break you if somebody reads your title tag and it doesn't have a keyword or doesn't pertain to your website. It should, but I still look at those two main title tags.
Well, we can say like if your title tag only has your company name in it, they're probably not going to find your business.
Yeah,
because it's that important.
Mistake
for Google.
Mistake.
And typically people will make the whole website, and the title tag will be the company name across every page, and that's not the information on your services page. Is not Bob's Plumbing.
Exactly.
That's not the information that's on the page. It's actually plumbing services in Houston, or that's the information. So that's what the title. It's just like you wouldn't name an article about plumbing services that you provide in Houston Bob's Plumbing.
Exactly.
That would be a subtitle somewhere.
Now I could see Houston plumber - Bob's Plumbing.
Yep.
But remember these your title tags and your description tags are limited to a certain number of characters. I don't have that off the top of my head, but you can Google it and find it. Whether or not this is a meta tag or not, I've heard yes or no. We also look at alt tags for your images. When you hover your mouse over a little image, a little box pops up and says what that image is. You got to have those because Google doesn't read images. So an image is kind of like wasted space to a search engine if you don't have an alt tag. And I don't even have on here image titles. This is a new thing. This is something that was new to me until pretty recently. You can put an alt tag. Alt tag is a great place to put a keyword. You can actually title the image as well. And now a human visitor doesn't read it, but a search engine can read that. Guess what? Now there's two places you can put a keyword for an image. Don't keyword stuff. That's being a douchebag. And else, headers. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's being a douchebag, and it's just hard to read. When we do some presentations, we do some training, and when we do it, we have this one little segment is about thank you for visiting my Houston Plumber page, where we do plumbing in the city of Houston. If you have some sort of plumbing issue in Houston, then you should use our plumbing services in Houston for your plumbing process.
It's stupid, it sucks, it's boring, and it's like douchelicious.
Yeah,
I just made that up.
So
don't do that. So those are meta tags. We definitely want to cover those. I tell people all the time, you don't want to spend all day on these, but you do want to spend some time on it. What else after meta tags?
Well, we kind of will visit content in general.
Okay.
Right. So make sure that the content is good. Make sure that it's got a good density. We target between 1% and 3%. Some of our content writers get overzealous if we say 3%, so we really say 1%.
I think that 1% they're getting overzealous now.
Because again, you don't want that. We are a plumbing service in Houston, providing services of the plumbing nature for your plumbing equipment in your Houston home.
Yeah.
It doesn't read well.
And what I would say, I've been doing a lot of, I have done some, I try to do as much reading every day about this topic, and hopefully you guys are too. With the way that, what I'm reading is that the way that Google Caffeine indexes content faster, deeper, and more contextually than it ever has before. So you can't just write crap and get to the first page, even if it makes sense. You know, what they're basically, it's checking to see if the keyword belongs in this sentence. And that's like, it's almost reading it like a person.
Contextual relevance.
There you go. Contextual relevancy is a big, big deal. So it's going to say, hey, is the density too high? Is it too low? Does this word belong in this sentence? So if you're using content writers, or you're writing this yourself, you know, really look at your content and I'd say, hey, would I want to read this? Ask your friends, neighbors. Would you want to read this? Does this make sense?
Yeah, how does this read? And
Yes.
if they say horribly, then you probably want to revisit
Yes.
it. If you're having some challenges with content, just feel free to contact us. We can give you our opinion. We'll let you know. So we'll look at content, and then really, and in your list here, you got headers first. Really, we look at content, and then we'll go back to header tags and say, okay, header tags are really the secondary level of a title. So you've got the title of your page, which is plumbing services, let's say. And then you're going to talk about specific, toilet plumbing services. So that would be a header tag. Google says, oh, wow, this section is going to be about toilet plumbing services. And we should come up with another example. Another example. We're going to be known as the Plumbing Toilet Podcast. So toilet plumbing services would be a header, and then maybe you're going to break that into a couple pieces. Maybe you have auto flush, manual flush, never flush, whatever. And those would be H2 tags, and Google really is. I mean, this just makes sense if you think about it. Hey, an H1 tag is a more important header tag. That's what this next section is going to be about. Oh, wow, this section's broken into multiple pieces, and Google gives a lot of credibility, a lot of importance to the text that's in header tags, whether it be an H1, H2, H3. I think it goes all the way down to H5 tags. So that's really about the layout of the page. Another thing that we do, and I jotted it down here at the bottom of our list, is unnumbered lists. Google gives a lot of importance to unnumbered lists. And think of the reason. One of the things we've been saying probably in our podcast from the beginning, and it's really about SEVO, search engine visitor optimization, is lists are something that actually might get read. Whereas content, most of the time when people see a huge couple paragraphs of content, they're like, ooh, I'm not gonna,
You don't want a term paper on your homepage.
Yeah, that's a great, I like that.
I mean, seriously, but you really don't. Who wants to read that crap?
So put bullet points. Here's the bullet points, and Google knows when you do that. Don't just make sure you're using the right tags. It's a UL tag, and then I think it's an LI tag, or I think it's an LI tag, which is the list item. So you've got an unnumbered list and the list item, and Google gives a lot of relevance to that. Make those links to the pages that are relevant for that. So if one of them, again, is the Toilet Surface Plumbing Houston in the list on your first page, on your home page, then link that to the Toilet Services Plumbing page. So numbered lists, and that's all about structure. It's all about ease of use, ease of readability, all of those things. So,
and one more thing I'd add to content, you want to have at least 250 words of content per page. I feel like this is kind of everyone should know this by now, but hey, just maybe you're new to the podcast.
This is the basics.
Yeah, use basics. You got to have at least 250 words. You want to have it keyword rich, not keyword stuffed. So that's content. Let's go into links. Links. Or no, sorry, it was keywords.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say links.
After keywords, it's links.
You want to have links. Now, I have said this about 5 different ways, and I'm going to stick with one way to talk about in links. I'll say there are inbound links, outbound links, and because I first said internal, external. I think I got kind of confused. So I'm going to say inbound links coming from other sites into your website. Outbound links on your website going out to other places. And internal links from one page of your website to another page of your website. You need to have all 3. Period, point blank.
A lot of people used to believe, and it was probably true for a period of time, that outbound links would kind of drain your Google juice. But let's be honest, a really informative web page isn't going to have everything you want, right? You're going to need to link to, I mean, even if it's something like, you could have a huge amount of information, I don't know, say on immigration, right? And guess what? If you don't have a link to the what's it's INS, to the INS, but I think it changed. But anyway, to the immigration governmental office, then aren't you really incomplete? I mean, if you're providing information about immigration, you know you need paperwork, you know that you may need to confirm some of the stuff that's being said on that web page. You've got to have an outbound link. So Google understands that. Google says, hey, if you've got no outbound links, then really how much of a player in the internet community can you possibly be?
Yes.
And the answer is not much. I mean, you've got to link to other sources. We link to other places, other websites, because that's really how you contribute to the internet community. So make sure you do have outbound links. They actually and make them high relevancy. You know, if you're linking to an MSN article, that's awesome. That's actually a really good thing. If you're linking to a Fox News article, that's also good.
Here's the one thing I can add, and I'm looking at these notes. I'm like, home equals core content. I don't even know what that means, and I wrote this piece of paper. I just don't understand. But here's what I will talk about. Link. This is something that is actually new in the past couple months. Link titles. Link titles are a place you can put keywords. Again, don't be a douche, don't spam. But there is some code, and Chuck can tell you all about it because I don't have it memorized, where you can actually, just like an alt tag, you hover your mouse over a link, and it will display a title of what that link's about. I'm sorry to use them. They're only the only reason I use them is for a place to put a keyword. And it helps the visitor.
Well, it really makes sense because it's often you don't have enough text space in a link, and you want keyword-rich content there typically. And Google, I think the reason that they're giving importance to titles is, hey, potentially they couldn't write enough information, so let them give a full-on title and help us to identify what information is at the other end. Now you mentioned Chuck. And that he's got some piece of information that you didn't have. So why don't we bring out the original position snatcher, and he can kind of enlighten us on whatever we forgot.
Yeah. So here you come. Here's one thing I'll add to links. Linking, be careful who and how you link to. Watch your page rank. Watch your own page rank. Watch page rank of who you're linking to. You want to get hot. You want to get links of a high PR value if possible. Guess what? The PR 10s are going to be harder to get than the PR 1s.
Take a little more legwork, a little more effort. Here he is, the original top position snatcher, Charles Lewis. All right, so did you hear what he was talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about link titles.
Link titles.
More importantly, one thing about link titles to remember is they're being indexed, right?
Okay.
So think about people who are disabled, people who are using screen readers and stuff like that. And, they have a mechanism that tells them when they want to click on something. And so if that link is entitled, the screen reader will get to it and it'll just say link, right?
Oh, for real?
But if you title it, it'll say link to a Houston plumber, blah, 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 blah. And so for the sake of assisting disabled people, it helps. And of course, it's another key phrase.
Yep.
That's what's up, dude. I didn't even think about that.
And Google gives some
same thing with image titles.
With image, I didn't think about
picture
that.
of dog.
Yeah, picture of.
And I didn't mention this
plumber.
On alt tags. You wonder, sometimes you can go to Google and you can search images, and you wonder how Google doesn't know what the images are. How are they determining what goes there? Mm-hmm. And there are two things. It's the alt tags that are associated with that image, and it's also the text that's around that image.
You know what else it is? Which I was just telling iHardcore, shout out to you.
That's Corey.
Oh, that is?
Yeah, busting my balls about my geography.
Okay.
All right, Corey.
You can, if you give the image file name, HoustonPlumber.jpg.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't let it be right off of your camera, image 84962.jpg. Give it an actual relevant title.
Exactly.
Very true. And that's, I mean, there's a lot of value of having your picture there, because sometimes people are searching those pictures, and they may be looking for like really cool logo with an IEE in it, and boom, there we are.
So far, we're looking at a brand new website. We're looking at the meta tags, the content, the links, and I'm gonna let y'all talk about this one, a redirect from index to root. What is it, and why would you do it? If somebody here is brand new, this is their first podcast they've ever listened to, why would they do that?
Well, the first way to notice it is if they have the www of their domain name active, and then there's the non-www. www. That's a lot of W's.
Yeah.
HoustonPlumber.com, and then there's just HoustonPlumber.com. If they're going to two separate sites, that's duplicate content.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Yeah. Secondly, you want to have either one of them forwarded to the other. My preference.
Okay, so when you say if they're two separate sites, what you mean is if I type www.houstonplumber.com and it pulls up the homepage of HoustonPlumber.com, and then I just type HoustonPlumber.com and it doesn't get forward to the www version, it just stays there and it's the same page. Duplicate content issue.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So is this is like the index?
Yes, same issue.
Same thing with the index.
Yeah,
you want to have that .com forward to the www. You also, if you have an index.htm or .php or whatever it is you're using, you want to have either that be your main one, or without it be the main one. Either one.
So there's potentially 4 home pages, and this is one of the concerns is, so you can have www.houstonplumber.com, you can have www.houstonplumber.com/index.html, you can have non-www, just houstonplumber.com / and then that's the home page, and then /index.html.
Yeah.
That's 4 home pages. If people link, and this is the other issue that
it's a
we're just
linking
going to get to.
problem.
Yeah.
If people link, say 10 people link to one of them, and 10 other people link to another one, and 10 other people link to another one, each page only has 10 inbound links. Google recognizes those as different pages. If you have it all forwarded to one, now you've got 30 links, 30 pieces of link juice going into one page.
To one page, exactly.
So that's one of the main reasons that you want to do that.
Yeah, especially if you're doing heavy link building campaign, you don't have control over how they link to your site.
Exactly.
You can ask them, but there's no way of knowing they're going to do it. So just to keep safe, you want to do a 301 redirect.
Let me read that.
Let me read what that name is. You want to do what they just talked about. Calls to action, man. We have had probably a podcast or 4 on calls to action.
Yes.
CTA. It is self-explanatory, but
it actually is not, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe
Is somebody calling me? What's
yeah.
I like action.
Someba fills out a free analysis request, right, on our site. That's subliminal plugin.
Yeah.
And usually I'll get it. And one of the things I look at is, do they have any CTAs? The CTA, for those who don't know, is basically, I call it instructions. Yes. What do you want the visitor to do when they get to your site? Call you, fill out a form, buy something, download something, whatever it is, they need to do it. And they won't do it if you don't tell them how to do it or what to do to make it happen.
Explicitly what to do.
And you should be detailed with it. Don't just call today with your phone number. That's
everybody does that.
Yeah.
And I said this before on some people's analysis. Everybody's used to the same old same. Yeah. We provide the best service. We've been in business 200 years. Call
us now.
Call us now. Call us today.
Yeah.
Get specific.
Yeah. The great thing to do is integrate whatever your offer is. If it's a free newsletter, if it's a free estimate, call us now for your free estimate. If you do it in the same day, call us now for your free 24-hour estimate. Yeah. I mean, these things create value to your CTA and make people want to click on it.
And I like you brought up, that's a perfect example. We're sitting around thinking, okay, we offered this analysis as a way just to help people get some potential clients in. So we're like, let's use it as a call to action on our homepage when we redesign the homepage. So now it tells people explicitly what to do, and we give you a reason for doing it, We want you to fill out this form. Why? Because we will give you a free analysis that will help you and your website later. You want to have something like that. Give them a reason to do this, because you don't want people just fumbling around on your website, clicking randomly from page to page. I said this in some people's analysis. You want to completely control them as much as possible, and it sounds manipulative, but
it's true.
And it is. And it is what you want. You know, what you just said reminded me of something that Charles and I were talking about earlier this week, which was we're probably the only SEO, internet marketing company, and web design company who says time on site should be decreased.
Exactly.
We actually don't want people on your website. We work hard. We work well. We have expertise. We apply expertise to all of the websites that we make. And all we want is for people to, we want this desperately, to get them off of the website.
Yeah.
And on the phone.
On the phone, or fill out the form and go about your business and know that that's going to get a response. So you don't even have to research anymore. Or, download a white paper and go somewhere else and read it. Or all of those things that you can do. We want them off the website.
Exactly. We want them off as fast as possible. And it may sound crazy to some of y'all who are like me who study Google Analytics, right? And you're like, yes, time on site is high. If you're a informational site, a lawyer or like he said, immigration,
That's a lot of information.
Then it's different. Yeah, you want people reading. But if you provide a service, plumber, electrician, doctor, whatever it is, then you want people to come to your site, hit your CTA, take action, and leave.
And go away.
You don't need them looking on your site unless you have some other benefit of reading all of your content, which is probably just SEO content anyway.
And the benefit should be to you, not to them.
Exactly.
And even immigration, if you see that time on your site is decreasing, keep an eye on are more forms filling out, because we've got clients right now, their time's actually decreasing. And so we're like,
conversions going up.
Yeah, we're like, time's decreasing, specifically because conversions are going up. We're getting more phones, we're getting more phone calls. The client's ecstatic with the results that they're getting. Mm-hmm. Why? Because we spend so much time focused on calls to action, on unique selling propositions, really on SEVO, search engine visitor optimization.
Yeah, the site is converting.
Now, one thing I would say, let's say you're brand new to this and you're just kind of tuning in. You want to kind of take that into perspective. Let's say you have an average time of 15 seconds on site.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay. Because somebody out there is like, oh shit, 4 seconds on site. I can't get any
it's going
better.
Down. 100% down.
90% bounce rate.
So you want to take all these things into consideration when you're trying to decrease your time. What is your total time on site? And
I think, though, this is one of the only places you'll hear this statement.
Yeah.
Reduced time on site is a good thing under certain circumstances.
60% of the time, that
video
works.
on your site or something, then you need your time to be
yes.
Yep. The site, the page, time on site is down on the page. You're showing a video, then people are not watching your stuff. So it wouldn't work in that case. But usually, conversions go up when the time on site is down.
That's what's up. And that's pretty much all this. Videos, I can go to that real quick. You want to get a video?
Well, no. Cool? Do we have any blank stare news? Because we're just about time.
That's pretty much it.
Got blank stare. Actually got two items in.
I'm going to give them all that. Sorry, y'all.
That's the good stuff. Oh, out of time.
I do have some blank stare news, though. Two things.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, blank stare.
That was my blank stare.
That was a blank stare. All right, blank stare. Number one, boutiques.com. Google getting into the retail atmosphere.
Yes.
I don't know. They have a site right now. Check it out. Look at their About Us page. It's a product by Google, and it allows people to somehow link various boutique shops from everywhere and sync those up with people who are interested in those products. So I'm sure how it's going to work, or but if you're into shopping and stuff, you'll probably dig it.
Wait, is this another product by Google that may or may not work?
I think this one possibly could, but it makes me a little nervous because if you want Google knowing everything about how you dress, what color drawers you're wearing, they
already know look, and I was thinking of this Android phone. How does Google know traffic? Right? When you're looking at traffic on a map.
That's a good point.
Well, if they got GPS and you're on an Android phone, they may not be collecting that information, but they certainly could be.
They are.
Right? So your time from, down in Houston down 610 north at rush hour is taking a long time. Oh, well, let's put a red on here because I just tracked somebody from here to here.
It took
forever.
Yeah.
Houston is not the smoothest flowing traffic city in the planet.
Oh, secondly, in blank stare news, MySpace surrendered to Facebook.
Oh,
wow.
That's
really?
like the white flag being waved around.
I quit. I give up. I started this game.
Yeah.
And now I'm out of it.
Yeah.
So MySpace is pulling a Yahoo.
Well, maybe.
There we go.
Did they get Yahoo or they pulled a Yahoo or
Yeah, Yahoo is now the new adverb.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the new adverb. You've been Yahoo.
Selling off all the core come on.
And what really sucked about it, was that Facebook didn't even send their top people. They sent like the VP
to the press
of
conference.
such and such. Yeah, to the conference. While MySpace sent the CEO.
They sent an intern.
Yeah.
It's been like 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, he uses Facebook.
That's some good blank stare news.
So,
the one benefit I'm hoping for is that I can put my music that I have on MySpace on my Facebook profile.
Because right now you can't. It's hard to do it. Or
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
You can't. I don't think you can add music to your.
But then does that lower Facebook's quality? I mean, that's the thing. People left MySpace because it was
Cluttered. I think it's just cluttered.
It was just,
like you get on there and you're like,
okay, Facebook, do not let people make their own
backgrounds,
glittery backgrounds that give me a seizure. Oh my god.
Yeah, it looks like somebody threw up on the screen
and
then moved it around.
Did y'all see that link Darren Bowie sent to that seizure-rific site? Oh my gosh, it was terrible. Look on the Facebook. Go look at our Facebook page. It's on the homepage. Darren Bowie sent a link to us right below the douche picture. There's a link to a site that will give you a seizure. Oh, it's terrible.
Are we recommending?
These thoughts alone.
All right. You can find us Facebook.com/eWebStyle, Twitter.com/eWebStyle. We are the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. That is because of you. We really appreciate you guys listening. We really appreciate the reviews. Go ahead and go on our Facebook page, write a review. Go into the discussion sessions, find the suggest something for our podcast. I don't remember what I titled it, and make a suggestion. And
next week in the United States is Thanksgiving. We will not be broadcasting on Friday, are we?
We will be broadcasting on Wednesday.
We're gonna broadcast on Wednesday. So don't come looking for a podcast on Friday.
On Friday, it'll be on Wednesday. This has been podcast number 85. By the way, that means we have like 42 hours
of podcast.
That's
what's up.
Information out there. That's a week.
Yeah.
That's a work week. That's very awesome. Cool. That's because of you guys. We really appreciate you. You have been listening to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah. My name is Chris Burris.
I'm Paul Hansen.
Charles Lewis.
Bye-bye for now.
Do we even say eWebStyle?